It's tax season, which means if you are a business owner, you need to do your bookkeeping. This video is going to tell you how you can do an entire year of bookkeeping. We call it a catch-up or a cleanup, whatever you want to call it. You need to do your bookkeeping so that you can file your taxes. This video is going to be perfect for you if you are a business owner trying to do your own bookkeeping, or if you are a bookkeeper trying to learn how to do an entire year of bookkeeping for one of your clients. The first thing I will say, if you are trying to do bookkeeping, I recommend use QuickBooks Online. It's the only software that I work with. I have over 50 clients who I do their bookkeeping for them. All of them use QuickBooks Online. And here is a little secret. You can actually get QuickBooks for free for 30 days. So if you just have a business, maybe it opened and closed last year, or maybe you don't need to do monthly bookkeeping, you just need a real quick profit and loss so you can file your taxes, you could actually technically get a free trial for QuickBooks, knock out all of your bookkeeping, get a profit and loss, get a balance sheet, and then you could technically cancel your QuickBooks subscription and probably not have to pay for it. I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that because I recommend keeping updated and accurate financial reports, but just an idea. So I recommend use QuickBooks Online. You can get a free 30-day trial, and then you can get 50% off for the first 3 months. If you see the screen right here, there are 4 different subscription types. I recommend start with Simple Start. It's only $15 a month. Start with Simple Start, and then you can always upgrade if you feel like you need more features. So once you have QuickBooks Online, now let me show you what you need to do in QuickBooks to do an entire year of bookkeeping. So this is a sample company. The first thing that I recommend that you do is connect your bank account and your credit card account to your QuickBooks. So if you go over here on the left-hand side, go to transactions, click on bank transactions, and then you want to make sure whatever bank accounts or credit card accounts you have for your business, you're going to want to connect them here to your QuickBooks. This is why it's so important. I recommend to all of my clients, you need to keep your business and personal transactions separate. If you're not doing it right now, I strongly recommend the #1 piece of advice I have for you and any other new business owner, keep your business and personal transactions separate. Because bookkeeping is simply the act of categorizing your transactions. And if you have personal transactions mixed in with your business transactions, now you're going to need to essentially sort through double the transactions that you would have had if you just had business transactions on your checking account and your credit card. So if you did it last year, it's too late now, but moving forward, strongly recommend keep business and personal transactions separate. So in order to do, everybody always asks me, like, can you make a video on how to do an entire year of a catch-up or cleanup? Like, honestly, it's the exact same. Doing an entire year of bookkeeping is the exact same as doing 1 month of bookkeeping. Doing 1 month of bookkeeping is the exact same as doing 1 week of bookkeeping. The only difference is instead of 1 week, now you have 52 weeks. So instead of going to the gas station once per week, now you just have 52 gas station transactions where you purchase fuel. Instead of having 1 loan payment per month, now you have 12 loan payments for the entire year. It's really not any different. The act of bookkeeping is so incredibly simple and straightforward. The reason people hire somebody to do bookkeeping for them is because they don't have time to do the bookkeeping. But if you have time to do bookkeeping, and if you know how to do bookkeeping, you can do it yourself. But if you don't have time to do bookkeeping, you gotta hire somebody. Or maybe you have time, but you're not really good with computers, or you don't really like numbers, or just the idea of doing bookkeeping generally stresses you out. So if you have time but don't know how to do bookkeeping, then you have to hire somebody. But if you have time and you know how to do bookkeeping, you could totally do all of your bookkeeping on your own. And you can trust me that it means a lot coming from me because I do bookkeeping for business owners. So I am essentially losing out on a potential client by telling you that you could do your own bookkeeping. So the fact that I'm telling you you could probably do your own bookkeeping means a lot because my entire business revolves around you not doing your bookkeeping. So the fact that I'm telling you you could do your bookkeeping, that means a lot coming from someone like me. Okay, so once you have QuickBooks, once you have a separate business checking account and a credit card, once you have everything connected to your bank feed, like this is the hardest part. Like getting set up is what so many people struggle with. And this is honestly what so many people just have no idea how to do. But honestly, once you have QuickBooks set up, like I could probably train a 10-year-old to do the bookkeeping once everything is set up and in place. But the thing here is that it's going to take time, especially if you have an old computer or if you're slow operating a computer. It's going to take you a ton of time versus me. I do bookkeeping for 40 hours every single week. I have a super fast computer. I'm really good at navigating the QuickBooks software. So I could probably do it in 10 hours when it'll probably take you 40 or 50 hours. And that's why you hire a professional. Like I could probably change the oil in my car, but it's going to take me an entire day to figure out how to do it. So instead, I take it to the local mechanic. He does it in 30 minutes. I pay him $100 and it's all good. Okay, so once you have your bank account and credit card connected to QuickBooks here, now it's just a matter of categorizing transactions. And I'm not going to break down every possible transaction that you might have, but some really common transactions that you're going to have money coming in. It's almost always one of three things. If you are receiving money, it's usually income. If it's not income, it's usually owner's investment. So if you take your personal money and put it into your bank account, that would be owner's investment. So those are the two most common. So if you're receiving money, it's probably income or owner's investment, or it's a refund. So maybe you overpaid on insurance and you received a check in the mail for an insurance refund. So I told you it's one of three things. It's actually one of four things. It's either income, owner's investment, a refund from a previously paid expense, or the fourth most uncommon possibility is that you just received a cash loan. So maybe you have a line of credit, or maybe you received, an SBA loan or a cash loan from a local credit union and they gave you $20,000. So you just received $20,000 of cash. That's not income. That's not owner's investment. That is a loan. So those are the four options. If you ever receive money, it's like 99% of the time, it's one of those four things. And then you spend money. So receiving money is a lot less common than spending money. Typically, you receive money maybe a couple times a week, but you're spending money probably a couple times every day. And you just need to think logically, what did I spend money on? And this is categorizing transactions. This is the whole action of bookkeeping. So in the bank feed here, this is where you can do all of your bookkeeping. And the cool thing about the bank feed, you can see on the screen right here, is all of your transaction data is pulled directly into QuickBooks. So you can be very confident that everything is accurate because we have the date, we have the bank detail right here, and we have the amount. So the hard work is done. There's very little manual and data entry if you have your bank accounts and credit card accounts connected to the QuickBooks bank feed. So now we just need to do two things. Who did you pay? We need to answer two questions. Who did you pay and what did you buy? That's how we categorize expenses. So I always recommend to give every single transaction a payee. So in this example here, we can see from the bank detail, it says A1 rental, backhoe rental. So I'm just going to assume that the vendor or the payee is A1 rental. So if we don't already have this vendor or payee in QuickBooks, I'm going to type in A1 rental, nothing comes up. So we don't have them in QuickBooks. So I'm going to click add new. And then we just add this as a new vendor. Just make sure that the company name matches whatever the name of the company is. It's pretty straightforward. The complicated part here is figuring out how to use the software. Like bookkeeping in and of itself, not super complicated, but QuickBooks actually using the software correctly can be pretty complicated. So we identified the vendor and then the account. What did you buy? Probably equipment rental. So we'll search here, equipment rental. But if you didn't already have this expense, then we could just simply add a new account. And there are dozens of different accounts that you could add. The majority of your accounts that you're going to add are probably expenses. So don't necessarily worry too much about fixed assets, other current assets, liabilities, and equity. That is where bookkeeping can get kind of complicated. If you start to have current assets and current liabilities and different equity accounts, that gets complicated. But if you just have income and expenses, your bookkeeping is so simple. All you need to do is add a new expense if you don't already have it. So in this example, we can go to expenses, detail type, make it whatever makes sense. There's a long list of options here. I think equipment rental is actually a detail type. And then name it whatever you want to name it. Just make sure it makes sense with what you're actually buying. And then click save and close. And then once we add the new chart of account, the new category, then we just click add. That's all we have to do. So incredibly simple. Who did you pay? What did you buy? And then click add. And then you do that for every transaction for the entire year. And then the whole point of bookkeeping is so that you have updated and accurate financial reports. So now that we have QuickBooks, we have the bank account and credit card connected. Now we've categorized all of the transactions. Now we can finally run a report. So go over here on the left-hand side, click reports, and the most common report everybody cares about, profit and loss. How much money did you make? How much money did you spend? How much money did you have left over? This is what your tax accountant is going to need to file your taxes. We have income at the top, and then we have expenses down below. This is obviously a very detailed profit and loss. Yours might not look anything like this, and that's okay. Yours can be simple. You can just have income up top. Maybe you have 5 or 10 different expense categories. That's totally fine. I see a lot of people overcomplicate their bookkeeping and their chart of accounts because people tend to feel like if it's too simple, then it's not right. But let me just encourage you, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things just because that makes you feel like you're doing things more correctly or your bookkeeping is more sophisticated if you have more chart of accounts. Keep it simple. So we have income up top, expenses down below, and then finally at the very bottom, we have net income. That is just income minus expenses. This is your net income. This is what you are going to pay taxes on. So this is why you want to capture all of your expenses, what we call these write-offs or deductions or expenses. You want to make sure you properly account for all of your expenses so that you correctly reduce your income so that you get an accurate number for your net income so that you don't overpay in your taxes. So this was a brief overview of how to do an entire year of bookkeeping. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or send me an email. If you need help with your bookkeeping, I would love to help you with your QuickBooks or your bookkeeping, whatever you have going on. I'm sure we could work together.